Hello, welcome to the show. Okay, now that I've played with that a little bit, hey, how's everybody doing? Did you miss me? Okay, so welcome to Beyond the Chaos. I am your host, Seed of Chaos. This is on my page. Y'all know me as Courtney, but eventually these streams will be moved to the appropriate page. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. The new goal is to produce these lives hopefully on Sundays and Wednesdays, sometimes in the afternoon. Right now we're looking at about 3:30, just after lunch, just before dinner, and I'm hoping to make this a thing because I do find that creation is my release, and I feel that is very similar for most people. Creation is our outlet for a lot of things. So for me, doing these lives and these conversations and discussions definitely are what gets me up out of bed in the morning. Unfortunately, I am also like normal Americans who lack consistency in doing things that would truly bring them mental relief. Nonetheless, hey, how you doing? It is October 9th on a beautiful fall autumn Sunday. I just wanted to come on here and have a slight discussion about an observation I have made and agreed to disagree or come along with me on this thought process that I've come up with. A lot has changed since my last stream, and same chaos, just maneuvering through employment and mental health and physical health and the transitions of people that you interact with daily. I'm not anything special. I have my own problems, just as I'm sure every other human being I come in contact with does. But I wanted to take a step back, and amidst all of the experiences we have, I would like to acknowledge the chaos in which we're living in. Have you guys been feeling the way that I feel? Not necessarily that things are bad, but kind of like things are not what they used to be. Now, when you say chaos, you have to talk about what the definition of chaos is. And it's literally disorder, change, or anything somewhat unpredicted. And I feel that we are currently, as we entered this spooky month of October, that we are definitely feeling a shift. And though this shift might seem chaotic, it's actually exactly what everybody has asked for. I feel that a lot of people now are coming into this age of, what do I want? What makes me happy? How do I create the life that I truly want? And I am definitely on that boat. I am every day questioning, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I love? What is it that brings me relief, but also feeds me? Because unfortunately, living in this world, we have to pay for where we sleep, pay for where we eat, and pay to normally get there. So, with that being said, I think we're now finally in this awareness, but to think that that's special, that's wrong. We're not going to sit here and be like, oh, this awakeness of change is the first time this has ever happened. That would be wrong. That would be short sighted. The initial thought should be, actually, every generation has gone through this drastic change of what is or what can be. But I am loving the fact that for us, for the people that make it a habit of listening to their favorite streams or waking up and listening to morning radio, the conversations aren't nearly what they used to be. Like, think about it. 10 years ago, if you woke up and you were listening to the radio, or you were even watching a YouTube video or listening to something on MySpace, it was so mundane that it became background noise. It wasn't really anything of substance. It wasn't topics of discussion. They were things that you just knew to be, accepted as they were, and we all just carried on like normal. Versus now, versus just having hot topics, there are real conversations happening of what was quiet quitting, global warming, excuse me, fast fashion. Like, there are actual conversations happening that are moving the needle. And I think that is the essence of chaos, because we are not, actually, backtrack. We, as in my generation, the millennials who are now officially 26 and up, we are the generation that starts peeling back the mask. Our chaos is actually healing the wounds of what older generations thought were just normal. Like, stay with me, right? So, I remember getting up in the morning, listening to one of the hip hop radio stations going to school. And literally, the only conversation that would be of general entertainment was who they got a baby by, who they getting money from, and why the sky is blue, just or an example. But now, if you roll over and you turn on your radio, they are literally talking about why corporate America is the way that it is, what suing really looks like when you feel you've either been disrespected publicly or you're not getting paid fairly, and then turn around and says, well, guess what? Biden has a new forgiveness for loan program. Like, those were not conversations that were being had in the generation before me or the generation before them. It was such a banal banal topics. And I think we are in the midst of the shift. And by shift, I mean actually tending to the wounds of the really, really, really messed up culture of just living. And yes, there's a culture of living. We're not going to sit here and act like there's not. Where my parents were very much, you stick together because it's better for the children, versus the new parents. What we gonna do is you do you, I'ma do me, and these kids gonna be taken care of. Very much different. And even the generation before my parents were very much, a good man is a man who pays the bills, versus a good woman is a woman who is taking on responsibility of the children 100%. Have a conversation like that today with my generation. A good man has nothing to do with what's in his pockets, and a good woman has nothing to do with what she does in a house. So I really have been feeling and seeing the shift take place. Now, it looks chaotic. It really does. We're not going to sit here and act like you don't turn on your phone and it's always conversations of why this and why that, and talk of this and talk of that. And it gets tiring. I will tell you, I literally said today, I am so fucking tired of people talking about relationships. But I feel that that is just a base. It is the start of something deeper. It is the start of wounds that were literally gangrene for so long, finally being like, yo, we're cutting this off. We're getting rid of it. It don't move. It looks ugly and it's definitely not beneficial. So what we gonna do is we're gonna cut it off, sew it up, and get some physical therapy. Literally, we are promoting therapy. I was literally maybe 5, 10 years ago, one of those people that were like, I'm not paying to lay on somebody's couch and tell them about my issues. Today, oh, if I say that in a public setting, I am the problem. I am the issue. They are going to definitely crucify me for that closed mindset of not processing whatever issues I have. And that is crazy to me. It happened in a short amount of time, but you see the shift. You actually see how people are pushing back against the chaos of change. And I'm thriving in it because you get to, it used to be you don't question it. You just let people think the way that they think and keep about your business. Now you have people saying, I hear you. I get how you think, but explain it. Back what you're saying up with something, not just feelings, not with some, oh, I heard or I think. Back it up with proof, evidence, and sometimes research. I love that. I love that our generation turned into Dr. Frankenstein. We are taking the monster that was social living and creating something new. We are literally taking the dead parts of what we used to think was right and creating something that is scary, something very scary, trying to deal with the shit that we've had to be subjected to through childhood and possibly what our parents were put through in childhood is a lot. But we are doing the work. The solution that we all supposedly thought was going to come from the people who are already in control and in power were actually us. The solution is us. The solution is the work that we're putting into ourselves so that anyone coming up behind us is not about to suffer to the same degree that we have. And that is chaos. That is a bumpy, hard road to ride. And it is incredible to watch because you have some that you're going to have to take kicking, screaming, like brawl out bloody punches to get them to this next chapter. And there are some that you'll have to leave behind. But I mean, chef's kiss to the people who are finally understanding this is the change that you all said you wanted, you all said you needed, and you're going to have to walk through the fires of chaos to get there. Don't be afraid of the change, and you're not necessarily going to embrace it, but as chaos is in its ugliest form, it starts to morph into something oh so beautiful the more familiar you become to it. It becomes this, the best way that I could put it, it goes from something you never thought it could be to something you've always imagined. And I'm glad that this shift is taking place in my generation because half of us already got kids. Half of us already have planted our seeds. And for those seeds, they will grow and flourish oh so beautiful. And it won't be because we did what we always did. It will be because of the chaos. I love it. So, thank you guys for coming in and listening to me talk for a little bit. Hopefully, I will be back on Wednesday, roughly around the same time. Y'all be good. Enjoy the chaos and happy October. Love you. Bye.